like to welcome everybody back to the Ringside Beer Show, episode 17.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back, guys. I am Jason here with my co-host,
Alex, the one and only.
What's up with it? All right, guys. I would like to say we did have a really good weekend of fights. How was your weekend?
Pretty good. Thanksgiving was pretty well. That's the last time we hung out, and yeah, I can't complain. The family, did the family thing. My dad, I think, had like soup and some beef.
Oh, he switched it up, huh?
Yeah, he always switches it up because he knows we're gonna go to like another house, and everyone's like,
So he keeps it nice and light.
Yeah, he's like, all right,
I respect that.
Yeah, a little carne asada here. I'm like, all right, cool, Dad. Play some bones.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all about what you enjoy. So at the end of the day, as long as you're eating some good food, no matter what it is. To be honest, I don't know why everybody eats the same thing on that day. I like when people switch it up. It kind of keeps it interesting.
Yeah, and plus, because we have to hit multiple families that are like, he knows what's up. You're gonna get that turkey somewhere else.
he knows he's got to make some rounds.
So I'll hook you up with some carne asada, man.
Once you get that turkey in you, man, it's that I don't know what it is. I don't know what the exact chemical it is, but it makes you extremely tired.
Oh yeah, it's like you get that sleepy vibe, and you get tired and
slumped. Everyone
was like, "Oh, let's play some." I forgot what's the game that you stack things up and you gotta take the Jenga. So they were all about the Jenga, but it was like that. Oh, get this Jenga piece. Oh, you got to do a shot or give a shot, and I was like, ooh,
I'm out.
Yep, I felt bad for some people. I was like, yo, they were pouring shots this big. I was like,
man, see, I just feel like I'm a little too old for that now.
Dude, I was like, damn, that's going to take about 24 hours to recover right there, man.
Exactly. Oh, for me, it's probably like 36 hours, to be honest. I don't recover very well.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore, man.
Yeah, I just prefer me like
I'm too old.
I just prefer me a couple of Ringside beers, and that's all I really need.
You get to a certain point where it's like, back in the day when you're early 20s, you're like, heck yeah, let's go out partying Friday night, Saturday night, let's stay out, turkey crawl and everything.
Oh, the turkey crawl.
But the thing is like you can recover pretty fast. Nowadays, you're like, dude, I got to take 2 days off. I got to call off of work. I need to recover.
Right, and especially all the food that we eat, too. Nobody wants to be drinking an excessive amount, So, I understand.
Yeah, like, dude, where'd you get that ham? You didn't eat ham today.
Like, look at all this ham. Oh, there's ham over here on the floor. There's turkey on the floor. Especially if you're walking down State Street in Redlands. Woo.
Oh, I know, man. Well, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and we're back at it, man. Yeah. We have a giveaway. We talked about in the last episode. I have not finished it, but this is pretty much what I'm working on right here. This is the Conor McGregor painting I'm working on.
Tell us what you think, guys. We really like to know. This is a work in progress. Mine's still a work in progress, but we're going to keep that off the camera for now. But it's going to make an appearance very shortly. We're going to give it some time, though, because we got some time in between the fights. So, tune in, participate,
Yeah, but I hope everyone likes it. I'm putting hours. I'm putting hours into this painting. So, just this part right here was around 4 hours. And I'm painting with a dot paintbrush. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's like the brush strokes are probably like that big. So
honestly, no, I'm sure the appreciation's there, and especially for a Conor McGregor post, I'm sure that people are going to go crazy for this one.
Yeah, so look out for that post. But this is going to be the painting I'm giving away. When's the fight? January 23rd.
23rd.
So the podcast right after that, we're going to announce the winner.
Yeah, we're trying to make some plans for around that time for that fight too. We're supposed to talk about it off camera, but.
Yeah.
No, we'll keep it off. Response, yeah, but we'll keep it off camera. But nevertheless, that weekend's going to be a fun one, and I can't wait to see who wins that giveaway.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who wins your Destin Poirier painting. So I'm excited to see it.
Let's see how it comes out first. That's the real thing.
Hey, man, the fans want to see it, bro. The fans want it.
Yeah, we'll give the people what they want. That's for sure.
I want to see
it. He's like, I'm a fan and I want to see.
I'm a fan. I'm going to enter your contest. So,
hey, you know what? You've seen my work, guys. So I'm surprised you still want to participate.
Hey, man. Hey,
just kidding.
We want it. We want to see it, bro.
I set the standard. I set the bar real low. You what is it? You under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, like there you go. I'm gonna come out with them stick figures, and then bam, you're like full bodies.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Check out the Instagram.
Dude, that'd be cool if you made yours look like Dragon Ball Z or something. That'd be sick. 'Cause you can draw some Dragon Ball Z for real.
I do take a little pride in that. But then I don't know, man. It would have to be some original stuff, and I don't know if I got the courage to go that.
You got it, bro. You got it.
I don't know. You guys think I got it?
The fans want it.
Drop a comment below. Just say everybody like that comment if you want to start roasting on me.
Yeah, if you guys want to see his painting, say sup with it.
Sup with it.
All right, guys. Well, we don't have many current events, but we're gonna drop right into it. So
I think this one's more impactful in itself. This is a pretty impactful current event.
Yeah, we have Clarissa Shields signs with PFL, and that's exciting because she's the first. Well, I wouldn't say first pure boxer because Holly Holm was a pure boxer.
She was a boxer, yes.
She went into kickboxing and then, got some wins in Invicta. So This is exciting to see her going to MMA, and I'm pretty excited because she could do pretty well.
Yeah, no, I definitely think she can do well. It boils down to, her striking when it comes down to the kicks and, some being able to stop the takedowns and stuff, because mixed martial arts is an overall around full sport. But with that being said, this is cool to see her starting to head down that path because, if I'm not mistaken, she was calling out Amanda Nunes, right?
Yeah, she was.
And talking that big talk, and, she's the one taking the jump to go into her land now. So she's slowly creeping up. I like this, man. This is super cool.
And I hope PFL kind of like boxing, how they, what do you call it when they give them like an easy fight? What do you call it?
Yeah, throw them a bone.
Throw them a bone, right?
Throw 'em a bone.
I hope PFL doesn't set her up with someone that's like a wrestler or jiu-jitsu artist right off the bat.
Set her up with a striker.
Exactly, or kickboxer, something where she's going to be a little bit more familiar with that. And she will have some success.
And I think this says a lot for PFL as well. They're pulling the trigger on a lot of moves. Previously on one of our last podcasts, we talked about a fighter that they had brought over from Invicta, and they allowed her to fight with PFL, just one fight, and it was kind of cool, man. It's something that was unprecedented. So to see like these triggers being pulled, PFL's making some really good moves. It kind of makes us want to tune in a little more.
It's funny that you mentioned Clarissa. What's her name? Clarissa Shield. Why am I drawing a blank? The fight that you were just mentioning. Harrison?
I'm drawing a blank too, that's why.
Harrison? Right? Martin, we're
going to have you refer back to the previous... No, I'm just kidding.
No. But she's having a trouble finding a fight right now. Because you saw the whooping that she put on that girl on Invicta?
Oh, yeah, no, she... I did see that.
Kayla Harrison, there we go. It just came into my head right now. All right.
Yeah, she did. She said, anybody looking for a fight in, was it December? Just let me know.
Yeah, and
hit up Ali Abdi.
Yeah, no one's like, oh, I'll take that.
Everybody's like,
hopefully,
ignore.
Dude, can you imagine if Clarissa Shields does pretty well and they match those two girls up?
Man, that happened real quick, and I think that'll catapult one or the other into the next level. Which I know PFL is somewhat of a breeding ground, I'm sure, for the UFC. I'm sure they're looking down and can swoop up on some good fighters if the talent's there, and it looks like the talent is there. I mean, the previous fighter Kayla was from Invicta, and she did right. Was she from Invicta?
Well, she was from PFL. She's from
Invicta. Okay, there we go. So she's still staying active. That's what it was.
Yeah, she went back to PFL, but
so she's building the brand as well. I mean, it's just getting more eyes on them, and it's like a breeding ground. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I hope they do some cross promotion because LFA is, I believe, now signed with the UFC. So I'm hoping PFL kind of does something and helps these up and coming fighters as well.
Seems like everything's starting to merge together a little bit, which is cool because once again it just brings the talent together. Yeah. So I'm all for it, man. Yeah. Let's just get these good fighters in. Let's make these good fights.
Yeah, I'm excited for Clarissa Shields. Hopefully she does well and wins her first MMA debut.
Yeah, honestly, we'll be rooting for her. And I'll probably try to stay away from picking, just so I don't bring that bad juju. But with that being said, I'm rooting for you, and I wish that you do well.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to go with, I ain't picking nobody then.
Well, I'm not really picking nobody, but...
And there goes her MMA career now,
Wouldn't be mad if she won. Oh, man. That'd be devastating, bro.
Oh, man. I feel like Blaine smooth. Blaine smooth right now.
Me and Martin would have to switch seats, bro.
Martin, you're going to have to step in right now, bro.
Martin, batter up. Next win.
All right, we have a quick word from our sponsors.
Let's shout them out. Ringside Beer. Ringside Beer since 2012. Committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tap handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer.
Ringside Beer. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you for letting us continue the show and everything. So.
I apologize, and I will take a sip to resolve this issue.
To resolve it. All right, man. Well, let's go into fight recaps because we had quite a few. Well, we had 2 big events, and we'll go into the first UFC Vegas 15, which it originally was supposed to be Derek Lewis versus
Curtis Blades.
Yeah. And Curtis Blades was so scared he pulled out, and Jason owes me $5 from the last bet. Isn't that how it works, or what?
I don't know if that's how it works.
I mean, I think that's how it happened.
Essentially, somebody got sick. I don't know how you feel about people getting sick, but
I mean, he was sick. He got, I don't know what it was. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, the DGs. No,
I'm joking. But obviously, who was it? Curtis Blades pulled out. I think what was it? Did he get COVID or tested positive?
Yeah, he tested positive. Yeah. But that's where we go. You said, like I said, I owe you $5. That's where we double or nothing, bro. That's where we double or nothing.
We can do that. That. Let's run it.
Run it.
So, they substitute that fight and made Anthony Smith versus Devin Clark as the main event. I believe they were the co-main event.
They were the co-main event originally. It was scheduled for 3 rounds, and then they bumped it to a 5-round. Both fighters had agreed to take it 5 rounds, and that actually made it much more of a interesting bout going in because then they, just kind of added a little more interest and kind of shifted the balance a little bit. Well, I would say more towards Anthony Smith's favor, but I like that Clark is willing to participate, and he's like, hey, I'll take a 5-rounder, but it did not go 5 rounds at all.
Anthony Smith was pitching to the head guys at the UFC saying, hey, I want this to be a 5-round fight, and everyone was with it except for Dana White. He was like, I don't know about that, and Anthony Smith was like, no, I want the 5 rounds.
Right.
So they finally went, they said, okay, we will give you the 5 rounds, but Anthony Smith was able to finish in the first with a submission, and it was a triangle from the bottom.
Yeah, it was a great ending, and it kind of, now that you say that, just build some context in the background.
Yeah.
But you could tell Dana White didn't want to pay that extra money, for the 2 extra rounds, because that contractually obligated to pay more for a 5-rounder. It's just how it goes, right? I think both fighters would be a fool to not petition for the fight. It's just a way to step up and make some extra money for the same fight that you're going to have. You're not taking an extra fight. So it was cool. But nevertheless, no, it ended in a first-round submission. Just like half of these fights during the night, it was pretty cool to see all of these fights because either it was ended by TKO, knockout, submissions. I think there was like 1 or 2 decision, if that. So it was an awesome night, man.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Super happy for Anthony Smith, man. He looked really good out there.
Well, he's back in the winning column now.
Back in the winning column.
Yeah, and
that's important, man.
Yeah, man. I was happy for him. I didn't know if he could pull the win off when the fight was starting because Devin Clark, dude, he has bombs in his hands. He was swinging for the fences,
No, he's got a heavy hand. I think the coolest thing about it, though, is now Anthony Smith did it in a dominant fashion. So it wasn't that he went 5 rounds and just barely squeaked by. No, he got this guy pretty dominant. Like he was able to flip out of submissions attempts. The ground control was pretty cool, man. I liked Anthony Smith. He looked really strong in that fight.
Did you see his eyes when he was on the ground getting the triangle locked in? He knew it was locked in, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna go all out.
Yes.
I don't know if it was just primal mode. I felt like his eyes just went all red around, and he was like, "Argh."
Yeah, no, you can definitely see the force. It was just kind of the finishing touch. You could just see it's just,
he knew he was getting the win. He knew.
Like you said, I'd like Dragon Ball Z, right, and that kind of stuff. He was about to go Super Saiyan right there, bro.
Oh man, well that was a great UFC event, and we thank you. It was a fight night, so it's free.
Yeah, no, thank you, Dana White, Sean Shelby, and all the UFC staff. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then dude, let's go into the big boxing event, which is the Tyson versus Royce Jones. But we had the co-main event, which is Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson,
NBA player,
former New York Knick. He was a 3-time NBA slam dunk champion. My boy is I don't even want to be disrespectful, but maybe 5'8", maybe, maybe. But with that being said, this right here was the main event for a lot of people because they were more interested in this fight, just to see how well he can do. I mean, this is somebody who's athletic, right? Like literally, once again, 5'8", who's a slam dunk champion multiple times, against somebody who is a YouTube influencer.
Dude, he got worked.
Wow. Okay, so let's start with giving Jake Paul his respects, right? You can tell, one, he's trained harder.
Well, he's training a lot longer.
He's trained a lot longer. He's more interested. He takes it more seriously. He has more skills. He was much bigger. He was much taller. Just all around had every single attribute in his favor, besides the athleticism. Because I think if it really came down to it, like let's say Nate Robinson had some better skills, the cardio I feel would be a little more Nate Robinson. But then again, he's old, so older. Excuse me.
You know what? Immediately I thought Nate had the advantage because he's, NBA player. He should have more
athletic.
He should be more athletic, but that doesn't really translate into, hey, I know how to fight. And we learned that right away in this one. So, and I just felt really bad because, like you said, everyone was more interested in this fight. And I'm like, Jake Paul, it's coming from YouTube. He had those young fans, looking at boxing for the first time,
right? Or
watching boxing for the first time.
It's kind of cool though, man. It's bringing a little swag back to boxing, which they need. Although I don't necessarily like the approach of a YouTuber, right? But I mean, if he's out here getting wins and he's doing it in the fashion that he's doing it,
he's 2-0 right now, right?
He's 2-0.
Yeah, and his brother is
2 knockouts,
1 draw, 1 loss. Logan Paul, right. And
which actually, if you look at the two, I think Jake's actually a better boxer.
Yeah. But we haven't even seen him go up against a real boxer.
This is with the 2 fights that I've seen of each, I would say, like, technically, like, stylistically, you could see Jake Paul's just a little more technical, and I feel like he, I don't know, might be able to take it a little further than Logan would.
Yeah. Well, you want to go into the Nate Robinson's tweets?
We can move into the response here where his first tweet, this was before the fight, was going to shock the world, bro. And this was Nate Robinson. And Steph Curry replied, I see no lies.
And then there's a photo of him just sleeping back there and Jake Paul over him. Jeez. Man, I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad because if I'm not mistaken, that was the only knockout of that night in boxing.
Bad. Yeah, I didn't feel bad.
You didn't feel bad?
No.
Dude. But he was out for like, what, 2 minutes?
He was out cold. But this is the thing. This is what you got to understand. No matter who you get into the ring with, everybody has that puncher's chance, right? Like, that is the definition of a freaking puncher's chance, bro, because you have the ability to get knocked out by 1 shot, bro, and he literally just...
Dude, of all the ways to lose, I mean, you don't want to lose to Jake Paul. Let's be real. Listen, you don't want. Of
course not.
You don't want to lose Jake Paul, especially you don't want to lose by KO, like to sleep. Like, dude, I wasn't even planning to sleep.
No, well, Nate Robinson actually hopped into a group chat after the fights as well with a bunch of NBA players, and took the jokes like a man. And this is from what I heard on First Take and such on ESPN. So it's pretty cool to see that he's taking it like a man. To go in there, you have to have some sort of, balls and courage and just being a man, it's what it takes, bro. Like, there's little boys and then there's men that go up there and fight,
Well, what was it? Stephen A. Smith, who was saying that you don't play boxing.
You don't play boxing.
You don't play boxing, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, street fights and professional boxing matches are completely 2 different things, especially when
that's the crazy part because they on the show with Stephen A. Smith, they were saying that Nate's never fought ever.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, you can't just train for 3 weeks and expect you're gonna.
You ain't never fought like as a kid, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
even as a kid.
He never thrown a punch, and I'm like
you ain't even had a little brother or a cousin that you fought.
You
bro?
Never fought.
You've never thrown a punch.
You never fought before. You've been sparring for what? However many weeks you got allowed to train.
I want to fight this guy,
and I'm like, dude, how do you not like? If you there's 2 types of people in this world. Like the people that like, hey, if you get punched, you're gonna immediately react, right? You're gonna punch back. And there's people that are like, they get hit and be like, what's going on?
Right.
So I was shocked when I heard that he's never ever fought. Like I thought he, had problems. I thought he had street fights. I thought he punched someone. At least he had that aggression in him to go forward.
Well, right? He had the knowledge to go forward, but he was going forward with his face like this. I mean, like hands back too, like.
Dude, but it's like you can't box. You need to throw your hands, man. What's good about
not even just throw your hands, but like tuck the chin a little bit, like protect your face. Like you were literally just like honestly, boom,
dude, and then
literally just boom.
And then the other thing, Jake's muscle memory kicked in, right? Because he already had a few fights underneath his belt. I'm pretty sure he's gotten fights before.
Think about it, bro. I mean, it just comes down to throwing combos, for these guys, the difference is throwing combos. Nate Robinson couldn't throw a punch, let alone Jake Paul was throwing some combos, putting in some work in there. So
yeah, immediately you knew it was going to be a bad night for him. Immediately.
It was bad.
Yeah. So which is crazy because I'm like, Jake Paul, he's had training. He's been running his mouth. People have been trying to get at him.
Yeah, I like how he's calling out Conor. And
dude, this is another thing. He calls Dylan Dennis, and then he calls Conor McGregor. Like, dude, you think you're going to get those two right off the bat? Maybe Dylan Dennis.
So he even called out a cat named Austin McBroom, who is another YouTube influencer, and he has a channel called The A's Family. My fiance watches that. It's just about his wife and his kids and just their whole little get down and stuff. And it's pretty funny because I would like to see that. I would like to see Austin McBroom against Jake Paul because they're YouTube influencers. So let these fools duke it out. Don't go and put, another NBA guy in there or some other type of athlete. No, I want to see the YouTubers fight the YouTubers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have a homie. He has a YouTube channel that just hit 1 million subscribers. The Crazy Gorilla. It's like a comedy page. Check them out. They're sick as hell, man. It's a cool page. I'd like to see him fight somebody. And that's my that's my homie. You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to get your boy a fight. Like, hey, man, come on so you can come on the podcast real quick.
He works out. He works out and stuff. So I'm like, hey, Anthony, bro, we got a money proposition. You just hit 1 million subscribers, bro. Let's get you in with Jake Paul.
Oh, no.
I'm just trying to make him some money. You know what I'm
saying? What's crazy is that, so Dylan Dennis, replied to him saying, I'll fight Dylan Dennis and I'll fight Conor McGregor. Dylan says, shut up before I KO you. But craziest thing, DC on the Ariel Helwani show today says like, oh, Jake Paul could win that fight against Dylan Dennis. I was like, what are you talking about, DC?
Well, I think DC is taking a little bit of the cringe from Ariel Helwani because he's just been saying some crazy stuff lately. Like he said he wants to see John Jones versus Curtis Blades and Lewis versus somebody else. And I'm just like, yo, bruh.
Like, nah, we want to see the super fight. Stop messing it all up for us, man.
Look, John Jones was a champion. He gave away the belt. If he wasn't, he would immediately go right into a title fight because champs that's what you did when you went up to heavyweight, right, Cormier? John Jones would do the same thing. So let's just keep it real here, bro. He's not going to take a stupid fight like that. You just been
getting all heated now. Getting all heated with DC.
Talking about my boy, bro. I'm just saying. You cringe, bro. You cringe. You've been hanging out with Cejudo too much, bro.
Dude, I would like to see the Dylan Dennis fight because that's honestly money fights. Like, that's probably the best that Jake can do. He ain't going to get no Conor McGregor right off the bat. Ain't no way he's going to get Conor McGregor.
I'm just not for the it gets to a point where you start like justifying like this guy's talking, like Conor's a little different because he was a fighter who called out Floyd Mayweather. So he was able to like call out somebody like that. This is a YouTube guy. Don't give him that ability to call out a professional fighter like that. Dude, you know what I'm saying?
Jake Paul, Dylan Dennis in an MMA fight. Straight up. And that's the end of that. That's the end of that.
No, I don't even know if I'm interested because Dylan Dennis would choke the hell out of him, bro.
Dude, you'd be interested. I would watch that all day.
I did tune in to see Nate Robinson get knocked out because I knew that was what was going to happen. So
you did not.
No, I really did, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro.
Should have put money on that. Dude, can you imagine if you would have bet on that?
Cash.
Watch Nate win.
So but if I would have chosen that to happen, then Nate would have won.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I have the ability to control fate like that.
All right, man. Well, shoot. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with Jake Paul, but let's go right into the main event. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.
Yo, hold on. Can we talk about Mike Tyson's walkout song? That was so funny, bro. It's like, I'm Mike Tyson.
Oh man,
it was kind of hard. I can't lie,
dude. All right. Well, let's first talk about the set. Did you enjoy the set?
Oh, it was very aesthetic,
dude. Right? It wasn't me.
Super aesthetic, man. It was right up our alley.
It had a little bit of an arcade, old school, like not Street Fighter, but you know what I mean, like that arcade mode.
It did, yeah, it really did. It was just clean, crisp, bold, black, white.
The graphics are great, the lighting, the set design, and then especially towards the arena, almost like that Pride, I guess, design look where they had both fighters on each side. And
yeah, it was super close. The walk down was real close. It was cool, man. I liked it. How was the commentating for you?
You know what? Okay, I have mixed feelings.
My boy Snoop Dogg.
I have mixed feelings because I felt, dude, when I was watching the main event,
Leonard.
Is it me or were they? I feel like the comments were just like shitting on this fight. Like,
they were.
Am I? I'm like, dude, you guys are getting paid to talk about the fight, talk about the technique and everything, but you guys are just straight up shitting on this fight. And I'm like,
it was kind of, it was a little bit. Yeah.
I felt like, I'm like, dude, why are you guys, they're
a little uneasy
giving it their all. They're like in their 50s. Of course, what you think, everyone knew what this was about. It was a legacy fight, It was just like, hey, we want to see two legends go at it. Well, of course you know what this is.
I think this is where us as fight fans, the real ones, are able to kind of like take what they say and like, haha, yeah, whatever, and put it aside and actually have our own opinion on the fight and how it went. And I was honestly 100% satisfied, man. It was such a cool fight, man. It was like very nostalgic. It was very surprising. I was super surprised to see Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. be able to see them still be able to move like that. I felt like their punches weren't as hard as they used to be because obviously they're in their 50s now, but you could see they hurt each other, man. Those body shots all day.
Did you see Mike was going really hard at the body, but when he went to the face, it was like a tap. He didn't want to KO.
Exactly.
Because I think that was in the contract. So
they removed it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they removed it. That's what I read. I don't know if it's 100%. I have to do a little more research.
Because I think Tyson would have got the KO easily that night.
Yeah.
Even though I was going for Roy Jones Jr.
I think they like each other enough.
Yeah. So Tyson was just going to the body, and I thought it was really his post-fight interview, just how he was just so open. And
both of these guys, man.
I forgot who's the main guy who was interviewing both of them.
I don't know.
All right, so I forgot, legend of the sport, boxing, but he was like, oh, are you interested in fighting this person? And he's like, I'm just interested in doing these charity events. And
they asked him, they said, pretty much like, if it was a real sanctioned event, would you be interested in doing something like that? And he's like, no, I'm interested in doing what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And that was Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And I like that. And honestly, dude, if they can continue to match Mike Tyson up with, some of these older cats that, still have a little bit left in them and, maybe a little bit better circumstances than these ones were, keep it 2-minute rounds because I liked that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the 2-minute rounds for a second. It seemed to be like if they were to have the 3-minute rounds, we wouldn't have had such a good fight.
No.
I think they would have gotten way more gassed out, would have been way less entertaining. The fact that it was 2-minute rounds was better for both these guys because sometimes those rounds felt like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and then Roy Jones Jr., he was pretty much clinching every time he got hit to the body. Like you could tell he was hurting.
And he kept keeping that distance.
Oh yeah. Well, towards the end, what was it? The 6th, 7th, maybe 8th, he started turning it up a little bit where he was like trying to showboating where he's like, pop, 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 pop,
Yeah, started doing a little dancing, a little combos. He's throwing more than just the one shot, the duck and move.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
A little too late for that, though. It was a little too late for that.
No, it definitely was, but I was like, you know what? We know what it is.
It's just nostalgia, Like it was just cool to see both of these cats in there, actually throwing some good shots, looking good. I mean, Mike Tyson was able to just stick and move, bro. It was good to see, and even in the later rounds, it felt like he was still able to keep the same pace.
Oh, he kept the same pace throughout the whole fight.
Yeah,
I was super shocked that Roy Jones Jr. didn't have more of the stamina because he just recently stopped fighting. 3 years ago?
Just depends on what you do on your time off,
Yeah, and Mike Tyson's been out, over 15 years?
15 years, but he's been smoking hella weed, so his body's been recovering. He's got a lot of, weed inside his system, so he's probably not feeling any pain.
Oh, he felt none of those punches that night.
He's just living life, man. He's in his 50s living life, man.
Well, look at these snapshots from the fight back here. Look at that. Look at that punch right there.
Yeah, you could tell. There wasn't everything in it, but there's a little something in it. Look at Mike Tyson's face right there.
Nah, man. Mike Tyson was throwing hard to the body. Yeah. He didn't go for the head. He wasn't head hunting, as boxers say, but it was, dude, those body shots. And look at Roy Jones Jr.'s, one of his eyes is closed there.
Yeah. You could tell he got hit. But he was moving, though. He was moving.
I like his getup though. His outfit, his boxing gloves.
Look at them shorts, boy. You see
look
that?
Look at those boxing gloves right there.
That ain't a chicken, boy. That's a rooster, boy.
A24 tribute to Kobe.
Oh yes,
the legend. Right. What do you think of those gloves, man?
I think that's. I was surprised to see that, and I thought since it was at the Staples Center, what an amazing tribute to do for Kobe in the year that we've had. I think it was just a nice little cherry on top to end it right at Staples Center, since there's not too many events going on there.
Dude, were you surprised? Were you surprised when you found out it was at Staples Center?
I was. Yeah, I was super tripping.
We were just talking about on the last episode. I don't know which one. Check them all out. But
yeah, right.
But yeah, they were when they announced it was at the Staples Center. I was like, hold up, when was this announced?
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be in Texas or somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I figured it's tough, man, because I didn't know where it was going to be allowed since we're in the middle of a pandemic. But I guess California sanctioned a fight.
Well, they sanctioned this fight with no fans, of course. I don't know why. I didn't mind without the fans, to be honest. With this type of setup, with this exhibition, it looked better on TV.
It looked extremely aesthetic on television, so I'm okay with that statement there. But when it comes down to it, man, we need the fans. You want to know why we need the fans? Because me and you need to be there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So bring back the fans ASAP. I'll be the first one there.
Fans ASAP.
So. All right, we'll get into some Roy Jones Jr. Post-fight on Tyson's future. He says, Mike can fight anybody if he can just keep going and stays in shape like he's doing now. Because it surprised me that he was able to go the 8 rounds like that. So with him going 8 rounds as strong as he was capable of he's capable of fighting anybody.
Well, I wouldn't say anybody, but I definitely agree. He definitely proved himself well. He looked really good, man.
He did, man. He kind of looked, I wouldn't say prime Mike Tyson, but dude, the skills are there still.
It's just muscle memory, right? And at the end of the day, this is skill. This is, just pure talent. And I think that this is something that Mike Tyson should keep doing over some time, as long as he's not taking too much damage.
You know what's crazy? I did not know he was going broke, 7 years ago?
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they announced it on the, Stephen A. Smith was talking about the fights and everything. And, they had mentioned, Mike Tyson was going broke. That's why he was doing, the pigeon show or whatever he was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know too much about the pigeons, but I've seen a video of him, with the pigeon cage, and I'm like, oh, wow, he really does have
he had, a, I don't know if it's, a theater show or a, with, a one-man talks type of. What do you call those? Like a play? I don't know what
I would say.
It was something with the pigeons. I just remember that, and I'm like, oh wow, that's probably why he was doing that, because he was running out of money.
Well, I think he's back, right? He's back from that, and now he's got a thriving cannabis industry and pretty much a resort in the Palm Springs area, and now he's doing these events, and I believe it was all for donation. So
yeah, well, yeah, he donated most of it. I believe they both got paid.
Got to get a little bit.
Didn't Roy Jones get $1 million and Tyson something around close to 10?
Well, that's just not right. I don't know. I don't know the payout, but damn.
Well, I know guaranteed.
That's a pretty big.
Guaranteed was $1 million a piece, but I think Tyson. I was looking somewhere, with the money stuff, and I was like, oh, Roy Jones is going to make roughly over $1 million. Tyson's going to be closer to $10 million. And realistically, I mean, everyone got this fight because of Tyson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's the name.
It is.
So
it's almost as gold as Conor McGregor.
Yeah, man. Well, do you want to read Mike Tyson on his performance against Roy Jones Jr.?
So it looks like Mike Tyson's here. So I'm happy. I'm not knocked out or anything. I'll be better the next one. I could have done everything better. God willing, I'll be better the next exhibition. You know, he's looking forward to the next fight. That's so cool, man. Like, he's motivated. You could just see it in him. He feels good. He didn't take much damage. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I do not agree with the draw, but I knew why they gave it a draw. I almost felt like that was in the contracts. Like, hey, you guys are both going to get draws.
I mean, I think it was kind of in the contract because they said they weren't going to announce a winner at first, right? So then they backtracked. Oh, we'll announce a winner. Oh, we have some judges. Yeah. We all knew you guys were going to say a draw, but it wasn't even close enough to be a draw.
No, it was super one-sided Mike Tyson all day.
Yeah, all day. I mean, don't get me wrong. Roy Jones Jr. just did enough to stay in the rounds, but he didn't do anything to win the fight.
Now, did you hear that because, Anderson Silva, he's not able to get into Bellator, because Scott Coker said we're good with our roster.
Right.
And Anderson Silva and Roy Jones Jr. were trying to make that crossover boxing fight. Right. Roy Jones Jr. versus Anderson Silva. That's what they're talking about next.
Yeah, no, I heard that. It's in the background. I heard there's some talks on that. If it's a pure straight boxing, it
would be a boxing exhibition.
I would be interested in seeing that. I really would. But I just don't know if Anderson Silva has enough.
What do you mean enough? What, like
juice, anything? I feel like right now he's just kind of like, this is it, man.
I think he would want to take that Roy Jones Jr. because they both
cats take some time off. Like when they retire. For example, Tyson took 15 years. Roy Jones Jr. had a couple of years off.
But Anderson Silva didn't even want to retire, bro. They kind of pretty much gave him the boot.
He should though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying,
they're giving you the boot, bro.
He still wants to fight. It's in his heart. I mean, you can't tell a grown man what to do. So if they both want it, would he watch it?
Of course.
He's like, yeah, of course,
bro.
Yeah, like
I'm all about the hype.
Yeah, like I work at the Ringside Beer Show. Yes, of course, I'll watch it.
I have an obligation to the fans to watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hopefully, they do make that for Roy Jones. For Mike Tyson, I feel like he can pick. Evander Holyfield. Did you see he was talking about coming back?
Yeah, he tweeted. He said he's ready for war.
Woo!
I wouldn't mind that one,
dude. That one would be. I would love to see that because Evander Holyfield won both fights.
Yep. So now it's like
now the third fight, and let's see if Mike can have enough in the third fight.
Hopefully. Reminds me of somebody else who beat somebody 2 times, but think that you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't. Who are you talking about?
John Jones and Daniel Cormier.
Oh,
oh boy, beat you 2 times, bro.
Always gotta bring up Daddy over here.
Somehow you get the belt and you think that you won it.
Dang. Well, I don't know. I'm excited.
I hope I get to work with him one day. That way we have to look in the eyes and I'll be like, I'm so sorry, bro.
With DC? He's like, I'm going to wrestle you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was talking all that smack.
Dude.
I'll just stay committed, man. Can you respect at least that I'm committed?
He's like, yeah, he's a John Jones fan. He's like, all right, I don't want to talk to him then.
Since way back, but I mean,
I know. Why DC be like, hey, you can come in the VIP, Alex. All right, you can come in. You stay back there.
Yeah. Or he'll be like, come in, and then it just like dog me the whole time. And give me a hug with a little tight one. Ah!
Anyways, well, great event, great night of fights, to be honest. If you guys ain't a chance to see them, you can rewatch the UFC event on ESPN Plus.
Yes.
And I believe the Mike Tyson fight, if you get a chance to see it, I mean, it's on YouTube already.
But unfortunately, but yes.
Or you can go check out, what was it, Triller?
Triller.
And check it out there. Okay? And then,
let's get into some fight announcements, guys. So, UFC 256 is looking to be a stacked card.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like we've added the Tony Ferguson versus a Charles Oliveira fight.
El
Cucuy, you know who we going for on that one. That's on Saturday, December 12th in Las Vegas.
Martin's over here shaking his head. He's like, dang it, don't even say it, bro. Don't even jinx it, bro.
I'm going to give you a finger off camera, Martin.
He's like, you don't know why Tony Ferguson took the fight?
Yeah, it is risky, and he is a savage.
Martin's saying it's a risky fight for El Cucuy, and yes.
I mean, so no risk, no reward, right? And at the end of the day, Tony's been staying stagnant. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to get that ring rust, and he obviously sees something in Oliveira that he thinks he could beat him, right? I think their styles match pretty well.
Yeah, they both are really good at the ground, and they're both, I would say Tony Ferguson a little bit better at the striking.
Yeah.
Especially with the elbows.
Yeah, I feel like Tony's the 2.0 and Oliveira's like the 1.0. So I'm going to have to, say that I think Tony's going to take that fight, and he's going to continue to remain at the top. Hopefully these fights that I want to have happen. I'd like to see him face McNuggets.
Oh, you guys heard it here first. Oliveira's going to win that fight. For sure. Just kidding, guys. All right. On that same night, Holland versus Jacare.
Yes.
And Holland was supposed to be on this weekend's card, but he tested positive for COVID, so they booked him for the later card, which is UFC 256.
Man, the coronavirus has been running wild.
Oh, there were so many pullouts, man.
Man. You should say your joke. No, I'm just kidding. He texted me a very funny joke. And it was hilarious, but we'll keep it off camera.
Yeah, it's
we don't even.
Yeah, we'll just give it.
It was funny.
Yo, what is that up there?
Oh, see, this is where you guys wish you were us right now.
Oh man,
it's an A and B conversation. So see your way out of it before D jumps.
We're trying to keep it as close to PG. All right, guys. So come on.
Yeah, this is NC-17. No.
All right. Next up, we have Anthony Joshua versus Pulev on Saturday, December 12th. So that's coming up right away too, dude. We have a lot of good fights coming up, and I'm excited for. It's like Christmas is all December.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're gonna be keeping us entertained throughout the holidays. And the cool thing about it is DAZN's putting on some stellar events.
Dude, some heaters.
Now that they don't got Canelo on the payroll, I think they're willing to pull the trigger on some of these fights and start paying these guys. Yeah. Start making some money. So I can't wait to tune in. And it looks like here DAZN got another event as well on December 18th, which is Gennady Golovkin versus Shazamreda.
Hold up.
Shazamreda.
I knew this was coming up, this slide, guys, and I wasn't even gonna try it. All right, I was like, hold up, I think I need glasses because those I know an S and a Z don't even go together. So Shazamreda.
Hey, that sounds better than mine.
We're trying. Okay, I'm trying.
You get an A for effort.
Thank you, man. I'll take this next one, man. All right.
So this is cool because I want to see if Gennady Golovkin still is able to stay at the top as well. See if he's still able to reign supreme. It's his belt, right? He owns the belt in the division. So let's see if old boy can try to take it from him.
Dude.
Maybe make the trilogy.
Dude, and this is what's crazy. Back to back. So hold on. December 18th. That's on a Friday.
It's on a Friday.
On a Friday. Ooh, that's even good. Hopefully I'll call off of work early and just be like, all right. Sorry, guys, I have to go do something real quick.
Don't say it on camera, bro.
Oh, I know. Just kidding, guys. Nah, none of my coworkers.
Hypothetically speaking.
None of my coworkers watch this. They don't watch sports, so.
Well.
It's all right.
It's all right. We'll find somebody else to watch it, like you guys.
Yeah, so we got December 19th. The day afterwards, we have Canelo versus Smith.
Man, this is cool too because
we're getting
back to back. We're going to be able to see how these two look at how these two are looking, and then hopefully talk about a trilogy.
Dude, that's going to be easy, like $120 weekend right there, just on the fights.
You better start making some bets, bro.
Oh no,
it's winning some bets.
It's on DAZN.
It's on DAZN.
$20 a month.
$20. You got it.
Hold up.
You got DAZN? Shoot the login. No,
am I crazy? Didn't Canelo leave DAZN, or was it he just left the Golden Boy contract, so he's an independent contractor?
Wow. We got to look into this. So that's a great question. More than likely, they're just hosting this one. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously, I know he's not with Golden Boy.
Right.
I did not know he was still with DAZN. I thought the whole problem was DAZN wasn't giving him fights, and that's why he was suing Golden Boy. And you know what? Maybe I just answered my own.
Maybe while the lawsuit's open, the contract is still legit.
I have no
not termed. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not no lawyer.
Me either.
So it's on DAZN, so it's going to be $20 a month. So let's sign up right now, guys.
You know what I mean? Yeah. If you guys want to tune in for some good fights in December, you know what to do.
See, that's the thing with DAZN. If the DAZN, obviously, because COVID kind of shut down everything, but DAZN's doing it right for $20 a month, and you're getting these type of pay-per-views. I mean, dude, I'll sign up for DAZN all day.
Yep.
I have to re-sign up because I canceled because they didn't have any fights for a while. So
try to find a package deal.
Yeah. So, but the thing, man, I wish ESPN did something like that. Like, I'll be happy paying more if you gave me a break off the pay-per-views. Because dude, like $60, $70.
Yeah, I don't understand why they haven't implemented that, but it's because they know we'll pay.
Well, yeah, if you have some heater
but
fights.
No, but I mean, yeah, like if I'm not a great mathematician, even though I work at a bank, but if you were to,
well, don't let your coworkers hear that. Then
they actually watch. But I just feel like if you were, let's goes from what is it, $10 a month? Let's say $10 a month to $20 a month, but then the pay-per-views go from $69.99 to $49.99. I'm sure you'd make up the money, right? Somewhere.
I would think so. Almost like how what's that NFL ticket, Sunday ticket? You know how DirecTV had that special, like you can get all the games. I feel like do that with all of MMA. Just do, well, not all of MMA, but I'm saying the UFC and ESPN. Like, hey, here's the MMA package. If you guys really want to get it. Here's a better deal for you guys.
It's a good idea. Just
pitching out there. Because I would sign up so fast for that.
If they do it, you already know.
Dude,
you heard it here first.
You throw in UFC Fight Pass, ESPN Plus, and discount off the pay-per-views, instead of paying the $60 you pay.
I don't understand why it isn't included in like part of that Hulu, Disney Plus.
Oh, it is.
ESPN Plus.
You're talking about UFC?
Fight Pass. Oh. Would be lit.
Oh, dude, so lit. And that's another thing. That's
$18.99 a month or whatever. I'd pay that.
Yeah, because I feel like for $10 you have to be a die-hard fan to sign up for UFC Fight Pass. Because there's nothing other than the jiu-jitsu matches, LFA.
You seem to forget. They do have the Ultimate Fighter coming back, and they do have...
Is that strictly going to be on Fight Pass? Because I know they're going to...
I would assume.
No, because they're going to air it on ESPN Plus. Just like the Contender Series.
Martin's shaking the head, yes. You're right. Yeah, no, so Fight Pass may just be like the redheaded stepchild that just gets...
That's what I'm saying.
Overlooked.
Throw that into the UFC bundle. I'm telling you, I'm guaranteed one UFC employee is going to watch this and throw it in a bundle. They're going to take my idea. You're welcome. Go ahead, take all the credit. UFC Fight Pass, ESPN Plus, and have a discount on the pay-per-views for your account. And then, dude, I'll be glad to pay way more a month than
25, whatever it is,
30. I don't care.
Hey, right? Come on.
Because I know they got to make up for the pay-per-views, but like for real, if you get
$30 a month
for a Fight Pass, ESPN Plus, and pay-per-view discounts, like hell yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it. Like, should I just go to Alex's house?
Oh, you just come over here and can I get it for free over there, Alex?
Should I just go tune in over here?
Help me, UFC. All right.
We really do want to do some fight companions eventually. That'd be really cool.
Oh yeah, we'll eventually get there, man. I'm gonna plan some stuff out, and we'll get some things going on.
Yes.
All right, Martin, what do we got next? We have, Ryan Garcia versus Campbell. Campbell. There we go.
Like the soup, boy.
And that's going to be Saturday, January 2nd. And Ryan Garcia was calling out Jake Paul. Did you see that? He's like, watch me do my work.
Ryan
these
guys are just giving him everything he wants, man. It's so tough, dude. Like, they shouldn't be entertaining this. At least not right now. Let him get 10 wins, something like.
You talking Jake Paul?
Yes, man. It's so frustrating.
Well, the thing is, Jake Paul has a lot of eyeballs and steam because he runs his mouth, and
but
it's
for Ryan
all
Garcia,
about the money.
It would be a step back.
Martin's doing this with his fingers right here. He's all about the money. Yes, Ryan Garcia, go get that easy win and get that cheddar, right? Why not?
Do you, bro? I'm just saying. I don't care about promoting. All I'm saying, I'm more of a hardcore when it comes down to this. Like, and let's just get the right people in who are qualified, fighting the right qualified people, right?
Yeah. That one's going to be on DAZN as well. Man, DAZN's coming out with some heaters. They're like, this next month, all DAZN.
They're throwing out the grenades, bro.
Seriously. All right, guys. We're coming to the fight this weekend. We have Manson versus Vittori. And this is for a middleweight bout. And Vittori stepping in for, why am I drawing a blank?
I'm drawing a blank too.
Martin, can you pull up his name? He just got, he was fighting Jacare, Holland. Holland was supposed to fight Manson.
Yes.
He got pulled out due to a positive test for COVID. And Vittori gladly moved up and stepped into this fight.
This is going to be a banger, man. Both these guys are big for their weight. It's going to be a banger. You can tell they're ready to go. I always like when somebody steps in last minute, man, because they're just ready to throw down.
Well, these two are going to be striking. This is going to be an exciting fight for fans.
For sure.
It's almost like it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be strictly striking. Someone's going to get KO'd for sure.
Yep.
So
it's the battle of who has the better half sleeve connected to the chest piece.
Pretty much, man. Look at that. I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, I'm glad he said it.
It's the battle of the same tattoo.
Battle of the same, left and right. Who's going to win?
Fuse them together.
Now you guys got one full chest
one
piece
full
right there.
Chris Brown tattoo, because that's what he got.
All right, guys. Well, just remember, we do have a giveaway. The Conor McGregor painting. This will be finished by the next episode.
Yep.
And your painting will be here next week.
Yes.
And shoot, with that being said,
we will also post the rules and what to do about the giveaway, but we want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, comment, follow, turn on notifications, do the whole shebang for us, because we can't do it without you guys. So we appreciate you. We need you guys to participate, and this is how we do it. We try to reward you with something like this.
Yeah, one of a kind piece of artwork. So with that being said, we love you guys. Thank you guys for watching the episode, and until next time,
be ringside.
Deuces. Bye, guys.